Hello, today I'm going to show you how to list a product on your website, on your WordPress website using WooCommerce. So you can sell from your website. It's great if you have your SSL certificate, which will make your site from a HTTP into a HTTPS. And that you would do that because it just adds an extra layer of security, especially if people are purchasing. And also now Google are showing, well, some browsers show a thing, I'll show you, let's have a look. It just says not secure on the side. Let's screen share. So if you haven't activated your SSL, your website will say up here, it will say, instead of a lock, it will say not secure. And it's just not a good look. Like, I don't think any of these guys I've got open have that. These are all pretty with it kind of websites, but that's how it will look. Nope, they're all got their SSL activated. So that's one thing that you would need to do first. And then once you've got that, you can just use a PayPal button to, you may have a page that you create on your website called Shop, and you might just have products, and you might have buttons that say buy now, and it takes people to a PayPal link. Another way that you can sell from your website is to use the free plugin called WooCommerce. And you just download that from their website. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but a lot of people use WooCommerce, and it's not too hard to use, but what it does do is it sort of changes the way your site works. So immediately it puts a page on called Shop. It also puts on this little cart icon, and I think it also puts on one called My Account, but I have changed the menu of this website for my client, the beautiful Diane at Rest Assured. The other thing that happens is in your dashboard, you'll now have a menu item called WooCommerce with all of these different options, and another one called Products with all these different options. So to list a product is not very hard. There's just a couple of little things that you should know about. So you click Add New, and also if you hover over the good old new, that one of the drop downs that will be available to you now would be Product. I want to get out of there. Oh. Clickety-boo. So we just type in the product name here. So I'm going to call this test, which is a bit slow, test demo. And there's different things that you'll want to decide. Like you'll want to decide, do I want my store to have a sidebar or not? So I'll see if I can show you how that looks. The shop products are all listed like this, and then when you're inside a product, this page layout has no sidebar. But if you have a sidebar, it will be more like your blog where you have this bit. Well, we haven't set hers up like that. I'm not a huge fan of the sidebar, I have to be honest. But a sidebar is just like this, where you have the main feature, and then on the side you have other sort of calls to action. Now, in a product, you may have other suggested products on the side, or you might have similar related products, but personally I think that takes away the reader's attention. So that's one thing you'd have to choose. You have to choose, and I usually choose no sidebar. It's good to have your categories set up, because depending on how you decide you want to display your products, you might want to display on some pages just one category, and on other pages all categories. So it's good to have categories and just sort of group them. And the other thing that you need to know about products is when you're adding the information, so you might start typing a description here. The thing is that there's up the top here, right? And it doesn't actually have a label. And then we have Yoast, so yours might not have this Yoast, but down the bottom here, there's also the product data section. And then there's the product short description. Now the short description actually shows up at the top. So the product short description is what shows up here. So this is called the short description. And the bits at the top, this bit, will actually show up down here under description. So that is one little thing that will save you a bit of time. If you knew that, you would obviously change what you have down here. And usually what you want at the top is a short description that just gives the key features And you might also say something like, read more about this product in the description. Read more in the description. And ideally, I mean, personally, I think it's better if you don't have too much here before the person can click add to cart. Like, we don't want so much information here and the add to cart button ends up being so far down the page. So I encourage you to keep the description, in the short description, quite concise, so that ultimately I can just choose how many and add to cart really easily. And then it should just say, you know, this has been added to your cart, and the person can go and view their cart. Oh, sorry, I had a little sneeze then. So once you've done that, you've added your short description that's going to go at the top and your main description that could go at the bottom, or any other information that you want down the bottom. Like I said, you probably don't have this. This is Yoast. But you will have this. Now, there's a few things you can do here. If you have a simple product, it means it's just one thing, one item. It doesn't have color variations, it doesn't have size variations. And then it can also be, if you say virtual product, basically the person wouldn't have to pay for shipping. So if you ever want to deliver something to people, like a webinar or a workshop, but you don't need to post them anything, you could choose virtual. And downloadable is really good. You can even create a freebie and deliver it through WooCommerce by saying that your product's downloadable and it's $0. Let's have a quick look. So if you're just selling a single session with you, or a single product that doesn't have any variations, you would just leave it as a simple product. You wouldn't click virtual or downloadable, and you would give it a price. You would probably want to choose its shipping class, and you have to go into WooCommerce and sort all that out. But you can put your dimensions in here, and so depending on how you've set your shipping up, that will be helpful. You can choose linked products, which is after the person buys, you know, you can choose exactly what gets shown to the person after they've clicked buy on that product, which is really handy. Inventory is pretty cool. If you have a limited number of something, you can enable stock management. You choose how many you've got, and then allow back orders. You can either allow them, not allow them. You can allow them, but just let the person know that this is on back order, so there might be a bit of a delay. You can have a low stock threshold, so that when it gets down to 2, you get a notification. You can, you know, request that person can only buy 1 per order. And then the other thing that is a little more advanced, so if you're just selling a simple product, zone out now and skip ahead to another part of the video, is you would probably make a variable product. Now this is where you have, say, a t-shirt and you've got it in pink, red, blue, and you've got it in different sizes. So you can go into attributes and you can add attributes. So you would say size, and then you would write, you know, X small, and then you have to use this symbol to separate them, which is like this. So I use shift and a key that's just below my delete button. It's just a vertical line. Extra small, small, medium, large. Never mind, because this is just a test product. X large. Okay, and we're going to click visible on the product page, yes, and used for variations. Now, when we click Save Attributes, we can always click here and we'll be able to see what they are. So you can add more. You can add another one that might be color. But I would encourage you to list like green t-shirt with the sizes, red t-shirt with the sizes, because it starts to get super confusing. And then in variations, we can add a variation and we create it from all attributes and click go. Now it's going to say, you sure you want to create this? You say yes. It's made 5 variations and here they are. And then you can manage inventory for these at a size level. So, you know, if you've got, you just click manage stock. And then you can say there's, you know, 5 of the extra smalls, and each of them you can give a different number. And I mean, I encourage you to allow but notify the customer, but that's if you're selling something that you're going to buy more. Because if someone's going to pay you before you've even got that inventory in your store, that's great, you're ahead. But if you do a limited edition of something, then you don't want to allow any back orders. When it sells out, it's sold out. So that's for you to decide. Then you click Save Changes, and now if we go, let's get rid of the sidebar, and we'll just go and have a look at our product. Let's have a look, view product. Now, it is possible, obviously, to do all of this yourself, but sometimes there's other things that you'd rather be doing, like seeing your customers or just different things that you would rather do. I can help you set this up on your website, and I love to do it. So we've set it as unavailable, so I can't show you that variables. I'm going to go back and fix that because I'd actually like to show you the variable. Inventory, oh, it's just having a little moment. Yes, it's constant. Inventory, manage stock. Oh, but we need to stock management at the product level. Variations. I'm sure I set some stock. 3, not 11. 4. Okay, well, that's all good. Let's try again. Let's try again. After you click update, you'll know that your product's updated because it'll say product updated, view product. And that's my favorite way to get in and have a look at something. And hopefully this time, oh, it still doesn't like it. I must have to set the inventory here. Just waiting for her to load. I should be singing a little happy song. It's the best way to pass the time. Okay. Let's try now. So basically that's all there is to it. Oh, there is one other small thing that I forgot to show you, and that's the images. Now, images really make or break a website, and they also really help you sell your product. So I don't have any pictures right now. Oh, it's out of stock and unavailable. Why that is? But basically I would just go in and check all my inventory settings and make sure I've got everything all right in there. I've got no categories. Oh, she's so slow to load. So you need to choose a product image. So you just choose that from your gallery. I'm going to choose this one just so it's nice and quick. And then we also need to add some products, some more images, just so people, you know, can see a bit more about the product. Let's choose this one, and basically you have to add them individually. But you'd have a couple, and I still can't figure out why I can't do that. Low stock threshold, attributes, and product. Why is it doing that? And we don't want a default size because we want people to choose their own size. I'm sure that everybody's got a little bit of stock. I mean, some people don't have anything. Not allow. Let's try again. It's not a very good demonstration if I can't show you how to list your stock, is it? But basically, you just set it all up and publish it, and it will display in your shop as a product. You need to have that shop page created, and still out of stock. The poor old sausage. But now we've got our picture, and we've also got our gallery images that people can zoom in and have a look at products. We've got our longer description and our shorter description, and we can manage the inventory. We're having a little glitch on that, ladies, but it's definitely possible. If you don't want to have to fix problems like that, give me a call. I'm happy to spend the time setting up the products on the website for you. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you like this video, you could click like if you want, no pressure, and you could subscribe to the channel if you want more helpful tips like this. I hope you have a gorgeous day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.